Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. Thank you to the National Girls Collaborative Project for supporting this event. All right, Reinventors, grab your snacks. The ceremony will be beginning shortly. Follow Reinvented magazine on social media and post about our upcoming event. STEM leaders, trailblazers, and reinventors, welcome to our first annual Recognizing Reinventors Award ceremony. This event is presented by the National Girls Collaborative Project, a network of organizations committed to informing and encouraging girls to pursue careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. At this time, I'd like to introduce our founder and editor-in-chief, Kaylee Looney.
Thank you everyone who took the time to join us tonight in order to reflect and recognize the staff, content, and revolutionary feats of women in STEM from around the world. Special thanks to the National Girls Collaborative Project, who's made this event possible. Helping me today are members of the Reinvented magazine leadership team who will be introducing the awards and announcing the winners. We also have Corey Bounds, a longtime First alumna and game announcer, who will be acting as our awards announcer throughout the event. Before we get started, I'd like to provide you with an overview on the state of Reinvented, where we started, what we've achieved, and where we are today. We may have only been around for a little over a year now, but we have definitely come a long way. We have interviewed and written articles for, designed, and sent to print 4 unique issues, each telling a completely new and inspiring set of stories of fearless women in STEM. Between those 4 issues, we have distributed over 10,000 print magazines and have donated over 3,000 copies through our One for One program to girls located in low-income or rural areas with limited access to STEM education resources. We have also officially reached readers in all 50 states and 19 countries and counting. As we are gearing up for issue 5, I wanted to shed some light to any of our new Reinvented followers in the crowd on what kind of things Reinvented covers. Every issue includes a cover story featuring an empowering woman in STEM, such as Megan Smith, Lamar Freed, Alyssa Carson, or Dr. Jen Goldbeck. Our Everyday Changemakers series is where we highlight the stories of 5 everyday women in STEM, ending each piece with their advice to our readers. We also talk about some of the latest tech news and general STEM topics. In the past, we have talked with engineers and animators at Lucasfilm about the tech magic that makes up the Star Wars universe, covered rocket launches, and more. Finally, at the end of each issue, we have an advice column run by the ever-inspiring Gloria Kimbwala and a DIY section that walks our readers through a maker activity or science experiment that they can do from home. Talking about magazines, issue 5 is available for pre-sale now, with copies mailing out in the September-October timeframe. Issue 5 is all about makers. We're interviewing empowering women whose day jobs are pretty much to break stuff and build stuff. We're also providing a bunch of awesome intro articles to things like working with electronics, coding, attending hackathons, and more. The cover will feature Svetlana Quint, who is one of the most famous cosplay designers in the world, so readers will even get some awesome ideas on how to integrate tech into their Halloween costumes this year. Recently, we have kicked off some awesome new virtual initiatives, such as our STEAM Dreamers virtual panel series. This series brings real women in STEAM role models into homes, classrooms, and nonprofit programs through its online platform. Our goal is to make it easy for professionals to share their skills and expertise, bringing real-world, authentic information to students to create the next generation of innovators. On the last Friday of every month, we hold a live virtual panel with some of the amazing women in STEM careers so students can ask them their questions live. This month's panel will be a little different, though, as we're featuring some of Reinvented's own Pre-Frosh. Our recent high school graduate panelists will be talking about the college admissions process and how they got into schools like Stanford, Caltech, Cornell, and more. We'd love for you all to join us on Friday, July 31st at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard for this awesome event. RSVP info can be found on our website. Finally, I want to say thank you to all of our Reinvented staff members, past and present, who have made this magazine into what it is today. I might be the founder, but there is no way I could have done this alone. We have some really amazing women on our staff who make this magazine a reality every quarter, and I'm so proud and honored to work with each and every one of you. That said, however, we are always looking for more volunteers. We recently reopened our staff application, so if you're interested in helping plan events, write articles, create the magazine layout, manage our social media, and more, please consider applying to be a part of our team today. I'm thrilled to see how we've grown, but this wouldn't have been possible without the support of key organizations and individuals. I look forward to sharing with you the amazing individuals and organizations who are helping us reinvent STEM.
As Kaylee explained, Reinvented magazine is making an impact far and wide. This would not have been possible without the generous support of our partners, advisors, and sponsors. The first awards category of the night is the Reinvented Magazine Honors, which highlights individuals and organizations who have had a major impact on ensuring Reinvented magazine has been able to grow and thrive. The awards in this category include Partnership of the Year, Sponsor of the Year, and Advisor of the Year. To announce the Partnership of the Year award, please welcome Renee Becker-Blau, Chief Operations Officer of Reinvented magazine.
Thank you, Corey. As COO of Reinvented magazine, it brings me great joy to see the impact this organization is making on the lives of students around the world. The Partnership of the Year award recognizes an organization who has supported Reinvented from the very beginning. Reinvented magazine would not exist today without the support of their editorial feature and dynamic network of empowering women. This partnership took the dream of Reinvented magazine and made it a reality, allowing us to work together to change the status quo, crush stereotypes, and defy the odds. Please join me in congratulating Women You Should Know and Women You Should Fund. Thank you for your support. I'd like to share the following quote from Jen Jones regarding the award. On behalf of our sister platforms, Women You Should Fund and Women You Should Know, I want to thank Reinvented Magazine for honoring us as your partner of the year. Our crowdfunding platform connects the power of women-led innovation and women-driven investment to usher in much-needed change. Our editorial platform is founded on representation and inspiration, inclusive of telling the untold, erased, or altogether ignored stories of trailblazing women in science. When Kaylee Looney reached out with her plan to launch a first-of-its-kind magazine that aimed to reinvent the general perception of women in STEM fields while inspiring young women's interest in STEM, we were thrilled to serve as strategic partners in amplifying our message and supporting your critical mission. Having been a part of your crowdfunding efforts to turn dreams into reality, we got to witness the tenacity and teamwork that fueled your campaign's success in July of 2019. Seeing what you've continued to accomplish over the last year has been nothing short of inspiring, and it remains our privilege to champion your work. So thank you, Kaylee and the entire Reinvented magazine team, for being change makers, for lighting the path for a new generation of STEAM leaders, and for recognizing us as your valued partners. As always, we say, we're in this together. And now I'll hand this off to Erin.
My name is Erin Mitchell, and as the Chief Financial Officer for Reinvented Magazine, I'm thrilled to present the Sponsor of the Year Award. This award recognizes an organization whose generous contributions and ongoing partnership have ensured Reinvented Magazine is able to make great strides in inspiring interest in STEM for young women. The support from this organization allowed Reinvented Magazine to expand our reach and impact around the world. Through our work together, 1,000 of the girls who came to the organization's Introduce a Girl to Engineering Day were able to go home with a copy of our magazine. Please join me in congratulating Collins Aerospace for their commitment to Reinvented Magazine. When notified of the award, Collins Aerospace provided the following quote. Collins Aerospace is honored to be selected as Reinvented Magazine's Sponsor of the Year. With the help of Reinvented Magazine, we were able to share the wonders and power of engineering with young women around the world through our Introduce a Girl to Engineering events. We are humbled to receive this award by an organization so committed to inspiring women in STEM.
Congratulations, Collins Aerospace. The next award is the Advisor of the Year Award, which recognizes individuals who have provided critical advice, support, and direction for Reinvented Magazine. Their exceptional wisdom has ensured Reinvented Magazine leadership is able to quickly and efficiently navigate any challenge. Please join me in welcoming Rachel Weeks, CMO, Aparna Rajesh, Writing Executive Director, and Kaylee Looney, Editor-in-Chief, who will recognize our Advisors of the Year.
Thank you, Corey. Our first Advisor of the Year award is for an individual who helped Reinvented Magazine's Lego Minifigure Build-a-thon become a huge success. This person gave us endless advice during the event and even helped us build over 10,000 minifigures. This advisor has been an amazing male advocate for women in STEM and is constantly reminding us that we are not in this journey alone. Please join me in congratulating Jerry Looney as our first Advisor of the Year. Thank you for your commitment to Reinvented Magazine.
Thanks, Rachel. My name is Aparna Rajesh, and I'm one of Reinvented Magazine's Executive Writing Directors. I'm thrilled to be presenting the second Advisor of the Year award. This award recognizes a hardworking individual whose continued support has simultaneously inspired members of our team and has been integral to the success of the magazine. She was an interviewee for our latest issue and has been a guide to our editor-in-chief for the past year, consistently drawing on our experiences and successes with her own initiatives. Please join me in congratulating Sherry Huss. Thank you for your commitment to Reinvented magazine. Kaylee, can you introduce our final advisor?
Our final advisor is truly a woman who aims to reinvent the STEM space for women. She is a champion for change in every meaning of the word, and when I look back at my own journey through STEM, she has been a part of every step in some way, shape, or form. Starting from being the drive behind Girl Scouts getting funding to start the first robotics team I joined in 6th grade, to starting the NC-WIT Aspirations in Computing Award program that I won before heading off to college, to supporting Reinvented since the inception of the idea. She has been the advisor that we call when we don't know what to do, or when we need some content inspiration or a connection to some amazing women in STEM to feature. She has pushed us to accept and overcome every challenge and obstacle that running a nonprofit has thrown our way, and she has cheered us on during all of the ups and downs. She has advocated for our success and has believed in us since before I even truly believed Reinvented would take off. Ruth Farmer, words cannot describe how grateful I am to have you not only standing behind Reinvented, but in my life in general. If it weren't for you, Reinvented definitely wouldn't be where it is today because I wouldn't be where I am today. Thank you so much for your commitment to Reinvented magazine. With that said, please help me welcome the one and only Ruth Farmer to say a few words.
Hi, I'm Ruth Farmer, and I'm so excited to be here to recognize Reinventors. I have been watching this project since its very beginning, when it was just a conversation about young women, about something they thought needed to exist in the world. And you went out and you did it, and you made it happen. And it's been really fantastic and exciting to watch and to be a mentor for you, to help you along this path. I think what's so great about this magazine is not only is it by women in STEM for women in STEM, but it's creating opportunities for women in STEM to collaborate, connect, and build a community, which is so fantastic. I also love that your team is distributed all over the country. You're acting like engineers act, right? Building distributed teams. And you're all over the country and you're all ages. And I think that is really reflected in the content. You should be really proud of yourselves with reaching thousands and thousands of young women. I recommend this magazine to any of my friends that have daughters and sons and anyone who wants to be inspired. I think it's such a great project and disruptive, and that you're creating a physical magazine at a time when everything is so electronic and digital and distant. So really wonderful job. I'm so proud of you, and I'm looking forward to seeing who the winners are for the content, staff, and Women in STEM Awards coming up next. Thank you.
One of the unique aspects of Reinvented magazine is the dedication towards producing a hard copy magazine to ensure that girls from all walks of life are able to access stories about STEM role models regardless of the technology they have access to. Over the course of this last year, the organization has had countless interviews, blogs, articles written for the first 4 issues of Reinvented magazine. This content, in addition to the marketing, merchandise, and additional outreach events, has shaped the foundation of the organization. Today, the following awards will recognize this created content for Reinvented magazine: Best Merchandise, Marketing Campaign, and Event of the Year, Best Advice by Gloria, both the Best Guest Blog and the Best Blog Post from Reinvented staff, the Top Guest and Staff Article of the Year, and the prestigious Interview of the Year award. Please join me in welcoming Avika Patel, CCO, Rachel Weeks, CMO, and Renee Becker-Blau, COO, to announce the Top Merchandise, Marketing, and Event of the Year awards.
Throughout the year, Reinvented has been focused on curating a collection of merchandise that allows us to bring our mission into the hands of young girls. Our creative staff has let their talent shine and designed postcards, canvas totes, stickers, and pins as mementos of our STEM role models and our goals. Based on your feedback, the Best Merchandise of the Year award is the Girls in STEM Sticker Pack by Alice Liu. These stickers were created to celebrate our supporters who are coders, designers, engineers, scientists, and bosses. Thank you, Alice, for making these beautiful designs. It is clear they are well loved by our community. Rachel, can you share more information about the Best Marketing Campaign of the Year award?
Thanks, Avika. This award recognizes the Women You Should Fund campaign as the best marketing campaign of the year. Women You Should Fund is a rewards-based crowdfunding platform by women you should know. Women You Should Fund sets entrepreneurial ideas into motion by helping women and women-led teams make their products, projects, and business ventures a reality. Through this campaign, we raised over $8,000 to help provide access to our magazine in libraries, schools, and other places where the internet is not readily accessible. Without the success of this campaign, Reinvented wouldn't have gotten the funding we needed to be where we are today. Thank you, Women You Should Fund, for supporting our organization. Renee, I'll pass it off to you.
Events have given us an opportunity to supplement our magazine by bringing us together in a variety of ways. The Best Event of the Year award goes to the organizers that created the most exciting, enjoyable, and inspiring in-person or virtual event of this past year. In June, the operations team member, Aisha Laurie, launched our STEAM Dreamers series. Women across a variety of STEM industries share with us videos of their personal stories before participating on a panel discussion at the end of the month. This program is inspiring students to become the next generation of innovators and allows for women from all walks of life and all stages of careers a chance to help us reinvent the STEM field. Please join me in congratulating Aisha and her team for earning the Best Event of the Year award for coordinating the STEAM Dreamers series.
Thank you, ladies. Now I would like to bring members of the writing leadership team forward to announce the top magazine content awards of the year. Please give a round of applause to Emily Miller, Writing Director, Aparna Rajesh, and Alice Au, Writing Executive Directors, and Kaylee Looney, Editor-in-Chief.
Thank you, Corey. It's exciting to be here today. I'm pleased to announce the Best Advice by Gloria of the Year award. Gloria Kambala is CEO and founder of Shul, a startup that tokenizes international experiential learning systems in decentralized education. She is passionate about making the blockchain ecosystem an inclusive and diverse space for all, including diversity of age, sexual orientation, ability, race, gender, and life experience. Her hope is that all people will be encouraged to build solutions that benefit their communities. Readers are able to submit questions, and Gloria writes advice back, which goes in our Reinvented magazine issues. This year, we had a tie for the best advice written by Gloria. This included, in our second issue, the question, how do you prepare for a big meeting or presentation in front of people you know? And from our third issue, the question, I'm not majoring in CS, but I'm really interested in coding. Any suggestions on how to get started? Please join me in thanking Gloria for these two pieces of outstanding advice that were able to help young girls and women in STEAM. And now I'll hand it off to Aparna.
Thanks, Emily. The Best Guest Blog Post Award is for the most captivating and well-written blog post written by a non-staff member of Reinvented magazine. The finalists for the award include 3 projects, 3 PhD students, 3 women by Alyssa S. Ho, Advocating for Gender Inclusivity, Puerto Rican engineering student and her journey as a Latin woman in STEM by Natasha Mejias Ramirez. Because I Belong Here by Alyssa DeLuise. And Visual Thinking, Amplifying Human Stories by Rosa Torres. After reviewing your votes, the winner for the Best Guest Blog Post of the Year is Advocating for Gender Inclusivity, Puerto Rican engineering student and her journey as a Latin woman in STEM by Natasha Mejias Ramirez. The guest blog highlighted the journey of Lishka D. Crespo de Tiez for a young girl who looked for things to fix around the house to becoming an intern at the NASA Kennedy Space Center. This undergraduate in chemical engineering believes in the importance of advocating for Latinas and their place in STEM careers. Author Natasha Mejias Ramirez brilliantly highlighted the importance of featuring these stories of Latin women in STEM so young girls can see role models and become inspired. Congratulations! And now my fellow Executive Writing Director, Alice Ao, will present the Best Blog Post Award. Alice?
Thank you, Aparna. Now, this next award is for the most captivating and well-written online blog post from one of our Reinvented staff members. Having a blog, in addition to the magazine, provides us with more opportunities to shine a spotlight on the amazing work young women are doing to reinvent the STEM fields. Our 4 finalists for this award include 19-year-old scientist discovers life-saving use for shark skin by Meghana Krishna. Author series Julie Hampton by Abigail Peterson. NASA, Going Beyond Encouraging Diversity by Rachel Frank. The Rise of Female Entrepreneurs, Managing Motherhood While Running a Successful Business by Sanjana Yajula. Based on your feedback, the winner for the best blog post of the year is 19-year-old scientist discovers life-saving use for shark skin by Meghana Krishna. This article highlighted the research done by Hannah Herbst in creating a reusable antibacterial bandage for post-operative patients. The bandage, made from shark skin, may lower rates of surgical site infections and reduce medical waste. There are over 200 million cases of post-op infections around the world per year, and this bandage could prevent the buildup of excess microbial film due to the shape and surface topography of shark scales. Congratulations, Hannah, and our staff writer, Meghana. And now I'll bring Aparna back to announce the guest article of the year.
Thanks, Alice. This award recognizes the best article written by a guest writer for Reinvented magazine. These articles were featured in one of our 4 print issues that came out over the last year. The finalists for the award include Deaf Kids Code, a model for accessibility in STEM education by Daphne Faber. Embrace All Kinds of Minds, Neurodiversity in Tech by Hannah Gabrielle Biden. How Lainey Dixon is using her passion for people to change the patient experience in the healthcare system by WoGrammer, Jasmine Johnson. Impact Through Inclusion, How Lisa Galboter is Transforming Tech by Celebrating Diversity by WoGrammer, Charlotte King. Please join me in congratulating the winner of the guest article of the year, Deaf Kids Code, a model for accessibility in STEM education by Daphne Faber. The guest article features Shireen Hafiz, founder of Deaf Kids Code, who became an advocate for the deaf and hard of hearing community after her son was diagnosed as profoundly deaf. The organization bolsters employment opportunities for students with disabilities, specifically those who are deaf and hard of hearing, by helping them build technical careers. Daphne Faber elegantly crafted a powerful article that communicated urgency for transforming the career prospects for deaf and hard of hearing students and the important work Deaf Kids Code is doing. Congratulations. Now please join me in welcoming Kaylee Looney, our editor-in-chief, to announce our final 2 content awards for the article and interview of the year.
Thanks, Aparna. The Article of the Year award recognizes our readers' favorite articles over the past year. We have covered some truly amazing topics written by our brilliant staff writers. Here are the finalists in this award category. 50 Years in the Making, A Return to Human Spaceflight by Abigail Johnson. Identification of Protein Biomarker Signature for Ovarian Cancer by Valina Mehta. The Beginner's Guide to Hackathons by Sarah Kazemi. And The Making of Star Wars by Abigail Johnson. Please join me in congratulating our winner, The Making of Star Wars by Abigail Johnson. This article features some of the amazing women who work behind the scenes to make the Star Wars universe look as magical as it does when it hits the big screen. Having interviewed their engineers and animators to get an inside look at what tech tools they both use and develop to make the scenes come to life. The Interview of the Year award recognizes our readers' favorite interview featured in a print issue of Reinvented magazine. All of our interviewees are absolutely awe-inspiring women, but our readers picked these 4 finalists. Alyssa Carson, Martian in Training by Rachel Weeks. A Tale of Two Sisters, an interview with gaming YouTubers Jen Steen on the power of storytelling by Madeline Salem. Capturing the Big Picture of What It Means to be a Woman in STEM with Megan Smith by Madeline Salem. And Dr. Carlotta Berry on Purpose and Passion by Meghana Krishna. Congratulations goes to the winner, Dr. Carlotta Berry on Purpose and Passion by Meghana Krishna. Dr. Berry is a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Rose-Hulman Institute of Technology, but her passions for changing the face of STEM don't end there. On campus, Dr. Berry is not only known for her dedication to her students, but also for the work she's done for underrepresented groups in engineering. She is one of the founders of Rose Building Undergraduate Diversity, or Rosebud, which is a program that offers scholarships and social support programs for women and racial minorities. If you haven't read the interview yet, I highly encourage you go take a look at pages 24 through 26 of our 4th issue, because this woman is truly changing the world. Congratulations to all of our content award winners, and a huge shout out to our readers and writers who have made all of this awesome content possible.
This event wouldn't be possible without the generous support of the National Girls Collaborative Project. Please give a warm welcome to Olivia Pavko-Giaccia, Director of Engagement for the National Girls Collaborative Project.
At the National Girls Collaborative Project, we believe that the world needs women to be problem solvers. Whether it's developing a vaccine for the latest pervasive virus or creating a podcast to discuss youth activism and research in STEM, the problems of today are complex and thorny enough that we can't allow something as unproductive as gender bias to rob us of willing and able minds in the fields of science, technology, engineering, and math. That's why, for the last 20 years, the National Girls Collaborative Project has focused on connecting organizations that care about informing and encouraging girls in STEM. Today, we support 33 collaboratives serving 41 states and facilitating collaboration between 36,000 organizations that serve more than 20 million girls. Our work wouldn't be possible without amazing partners, and we're so happy to be here today with our friends at Reinvented magazine. We decided to partner with Reinvented because we know that your magazine is created by people who share our core values of breaking down barriers and creating change. This year alone, you all covered stories ranging from interviews with the former CTO of the United States, to articles on diversity and inclusion initiatives, to coverage of the Orion launch abort test. And through it all, you managed to make this premium, high-quality STEM content available to everyone, including women and girls in rural and low-income areas who don't have reliable access to a computer. That's a big deal. So I wanted to take a moment before we continue to congratulate the entire Reinvented team. Starting the first ever print magazine for women in STEM is a huge undertaking. But your writing and marketing and financing and printing and distributing powerful change-making content has reached hundreds of thousands of women and girls across the world. All of us at NGCP are honored to be a part of your journey. If you want to learn more about us or find ways to get involved, please feel free to check out our website, ngcproject.org. You can also find us on Facebook, National Girls Collaborative Project, Twitter @ngcproject, or Instagram @girls.collaborative. That being said, I want to offer a big congratulations to all of the nominees. It's been so inspiring to see so many powerful, intelligent women together here today. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the show. And with that being said, let's get on with it. Thanks, guys.
Special thanks to the National Girls Collaborative Project for your support. Before we continue on to our Reinvented Staff Awards, our Keynote, and our Women in STEM Award category, we're going to take a 1-minute break and return back here to continue the celebration. Our volunteers have put an exhaustive number of hours into Reinvented magazine, meeting deadlines, building friendships, overcoming challenges, and moving the organization forward. Today, we would like to celebrate the staff of Reinvented through the following internal awards: Rising Student in STEM of the Year Award, Debutante of the Year Award, Team Spirit Award of the Year, To Infinity and Beyond Award, Department Head of the Year Award. The Rising Student in STEM Award is for a student within Reinvented who has exemplified immense talent and potential in STEM. Our finalists are Avika Patel, Abigail Peterson, Aparna Rajesh, and Madeline Salem. I'd like to invite Ria Vora, Reinvented Magazine CMO, to announce the winner.
Hello, Reinventors. Our winner has been part of the staff of Reinvented Magazine since day one. From when the magazine was just an idea in 2018, through our many successes and challenges, this member of the writing department has been through it all. This talented staff member is able to draw in readers with their strong and emotional writing style and has written not one, but 2 of our featured articles from this past year. Outside of the team, this talented student is changing the world in the field of artificial intelligence through her work in designing a machine learning-powered mental health app for screening depression based on a user's Twitter activity. Please join me in congratulating Madeline Salem for earning the Rising Student in STEM of the Year Award.
The Debutante of the Year Award is for a Reinvented member who joined in the last 3 months but has done an incredible amount of work for such a short time period. Finalists for this award include Varija Mehta, Niyati Patel, Snigdha Saha, and Marie Young. Please join me in welcoming Renee Becker-Blau, Reinvented Magazine COO, to announce the winner.
Thank you, Corey. This individual was described as considerate and hardworking with an upbeat attitude by her peers. Since day one of starting the team, the staff member has been involved, contributing, and helping in any way possible while staying optimistic in the face of challenges. Wise beyond her years, the leadership team looks forward to seeing this individual continue to expand their involvement in Reinvented Magazine. Congratulations, Snigdha Saha, for earning the Debutante of the Year Award.
The Team Spirit Award is for a Reinvented team member who is not in a leadership position but who has exemplified excellent dedication to the magazine's success. Our finalists for the Team Spirit Award are Alice Liu, Palak Mehta, Abigail Peterson, and Jen Toso. Please welcome our CFO, Erin Mitchell, who will be announcing these amazing winners.
Thanks, Corey. Our winner is always cheering on and supporting their peers, consistently offering help and providing feedback. Her peers say she's the happiest person they've ever met, and she lifts up everyone in Reinvented, whether it's through dog pictures in the team chat, hyping up members before finals week, or any other sort of encouragement. Responsive and proactive. Please join me in congratulating Abigail Peterson for earning the Team Spirit Award.
An award for the head of one of Reinvented Magazine's departments, from publishing, writing, creative, operations, marketing, or finance, who has exemplified the characteristics of an outstanding leader in this past year. Our finalists are Alice Au, Renee Becker-Blau, Avika Patel, and Aparna Rajesh. Please welcome Peyton Paulson, our Director of Community Engagement, who will be announcing this winner.
This department head is a driven leader with a great passion for Reinvented Magazine. From jumping right in as a staff member to brainstorm new ideas and successfully leading projects, this member of Reinvented Magazine leadership has successfully reorganized her department from the ground up. When she expressed interest in this position, she came to the table with a whole game plan on why she was perfect for the job and what she was going to do to make the team run smoothly. Because of her hard work and leadership skills, she has gained the respect of not only her immediate staff, but everyone a part of Reinvented Magazine. Congratulations for earning the Department Head of the Year Award, Avika Patel from the Creative Department.
The Infinity and Beyond Award is for a Reinvented member who has gone beyond the norm and has given their all into advancing the magazine toward greater heights. Our finalists are Renee Becker-Blau, Palak Mehta, Neve Murphy, and Ria Vora. Please welcome Rachel Weeks, Reinvented Magazine CMO, who will be announcing this winner.
The To Infinity and Beyond Award is a reward to our team members who go above and beyond for Reinvented Magazine and uphold our nonprofit's values. One awardee has really been giving Reinvented her all over these past couple of months. She has been a member of Reinvented Magazine since its start as a nonprofit and has recently moved up from social media manager to chief marketing officer. She has already made a huge impact for our social media in such a short time, increasing our numbers drastically because of her tireless efforts to connect Reinvented to other organizations. The other awardee is a true ambassador for Reinvented Magazine, education, and STEM, and deserves to be recognized for her efforts and achievements. She is a role model, propelling the team to success while continually demonstrating a tireless work ethic and willingness to assist others. Her ability to connect, passion to lead, and dedication to inspiring others is beyond compare. I'm excited to present Ria Vora and Palak Mehta the To Infinity and Beyond Award.
Our final staff award is the Volunteer of the Year Award, which recognizes individuals who have donated exceptional amounts of time, passion, and drive towards the mission of Reinvented Magazine. Please welcome Kaylee Looney, founder and editor-in-chief of Reinvented Magazine, who will be presenting this award.
As Corey explained, this award celebrates the passion of our volunteers and the effort they put forward in advancing the mission of Reinvented. At our inaugural award ceremony this year, we have 2 volunteers to recognize for their contribution to Reinvented Magazine. This first award goes to the girl that always comes ready to fight. Some days it's me and my unrealistic ideas, but most days it's for Reinvented and our cause. She's truly the backbone of our organization, and she makes sure that things get done, and she makes sure that we are advancing our mission in everything that she does. She very often says her financial reports are boring, but she has taken a team that started off knowing very little about finance and has turned them into this phenomenal department that brings in more money than we've ever seen. She has been on this team since very close to day one, and when we needed a new CFO, she was not afraid to take on the challenge. I'm so glad that she did. She has been one of Reinvented's biggest fans and advocates everywhere she goes and speaks, and without her, I honestly don't think we'd be anywhere near where we are today. So thank you, Erin Mitchell, for all of the time and dedication you have put into this organization. So this founding year has certainly had its ups and downs, and it's pretty much felt like 2 years, so we have 2 awards. Our second winner has proven time and time again that she is up for any and every challenge you throw at her. When the team needed help, she immediately stepped up and was ready to get things back on track. She has dropped plans to work on Reinvented or take long drives up to our printer. She has put blood, sweat, and tears into the newsletter and into increasing the reach of our magazine and our organization. Every time something falls through, she's there, ready to step up and keep on pushing this organization forward towards new heights. She stayed up long nights prepping for events, has handled our social media outreach with ease, and isn't afraid to call me out on my craziness. If that all wasn't enough, she sometimes steps up and writes a feature piece for us too. Please join me in congratulating our second Volunteer of the Year, one of our co-CMOs, Rachel Weeks. Big thank you to both of you for not only helping us make the Reinvented dream come true, but for helping reinvent the STEM space for future women in tech. And now it's my honor to introduce our keynote speaker, Irma Olben Jr. In 2013, Irma decided to build a company focused on strengthening the tech industry in Fresno, California, and leveraging it as the economic driver to remake the city. Bitwise Industries now operates with the goal of activating human potential for the technology industry in underdog cities across the United States. As CEO and co-founder, Irma oversees the company's operations team, as well as the technology-focused training program of Geekwise Academy, and software development firm Shift3 Technologies. A main component of her role is ensuring the company's fidelity to mission, strategy, and long-term goals. Previously, Irma created 59 Days of Code, a software development competition to highlight and encourage the Central Valley's tech industry. She co-founded Hashtag, an open workspace for designers, developers, and entrepreneurs to collaborate. And she co-founded Edit LLC to solve efficiency and data issues in the agricultural industry. Irma, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to our staff, viewers, and award winners tonight. I'll let you take it away with the keynote.
Hi, my name is Irma Olgun. I'm the co-founder and CEO of a company called Bitwise Industries in the heart of Central California, and it is an honor to be here to recognize some of these wonderful people and the work generally that Reinvented magazine is doing. It is one of those stories that you hear and you just immediately get excited about its origin story and the people behind it. And all of the special things that go into making this event possible. So just really, really stoked and, like I said, honored to be here. I thought that it would be helpful perhaps to tell a little bit of my life story and very specifically my story and STEM. And to set the stage for that, last year in 2019, my company, Bitwise Industries, closed one of the largest Series A ever by a Latinx female-led founder. It was a $27 million Series A. And since then, life has gotten really crazy, and we now employ 200 people, and we're in 4 cities. And, growth was just really, really fast. But I have to tell you, this is not what I thought my life would be like. And my story in STEM has a ton to do with that. So let me just set the stage and the context for that. I grew up in a very, very small town. It's called Carruthers, California. There are about 2,000 people in that place. And the way that it's set up, if you know anything about Central California, it's not like the rest of California. It's not the coast. It's not Los Angeles. It's not San Francisco. It is this very rural, agriculture-heavy place, and we produce between 20 and 30% of the world's food, which means that when you grow up there, you kind of have these 2 life roads, right? These 2 maps that you can follow. One is that if you are the son or daughter of somebody who owns or works on a farm, and the other is the son or daughter of somebody who owns it, right? Owns the land, produces the land. I come from a farm labor family. My aunts, my uncles, my grandparents, my parents, they spent all of their formative years under the sun, making food, producing food right there in the heart of Central California. And so when you grow up that way, college is not really part of the plan. STEM in general is not part of the plan. But it sort of happened by accident for me. And here's how that went. So I'm 6 years old, I get my first job in the fields with my family. I'm thinking to myself, as you grow up, what is the ambition here? And the ambition really is to be able to pay all of your bills in the same month. That is the sort of pinnacle of success when you grow up in a place like that. But I was 15 years old. I was in a high school class. I remember this announcement over the PA system. And it said that the PSAT was being held in the cafeteria. And I didn't know what the PSAT was, and I didn't know what that might mean for my life, but I was 15. And what I heard was that I could get out of class for half a day if I reported to the cafeteria. And so off I went. And I sat for the PSAT and I did well. It didn't have any sort of recognition at the time that that would be the single most important test I'd ever take in my existence. And like I said, did well, and all of this marketing mail starts showing up at my house, and they are from colleges that I recognize, and like with these mascots from sports teams that I have heard about on the news. And anyway, the mail keeps showing up, and one of them was a scholarship offer to go to school for the University of Toledo in Ohio. And that was the first time. I was 15, 16 years old when that letter shows up at my house. And it was the first time that I thought that college might be for somebody like me. And as the story goes, I take that note to my parents and I'm like, Mom and Dad, this is very exciting. Your daughter's going to go to college. What do you think about that? And they had the really miserable job, honestly, of having to look back across at their daughter and say, that's really great, but there is no way we can get you from California to Ohio. We don't have a working car. We don't have money for a plane ticket. But my family is very, very scrappy, and we banded together and we recycled cans and bottles all summer long, collected them from the fields of Central California, until I had a pile of change large enough to buy a Greyhound bus ticket. And I rode 2,500 miles from Fresno, California to Toledo, Ohio to arrive at college to claim that scholarship. And, you know, that is essentially the story of how I went to college accidentally. It was just sort of this serendipitous moment, right, in your life when there's this opportunity passing right in front of your face and you don't recognize it for what it is until much later. And then another thing happened where, you know, I'm choosing my major. I had to figure out how to choose a major. And the honest truth is that I was flipping through that same catalog, the one that they had mailed to my house. And there was this glass building in it called Nitschke Hall. And I thought to myself, how neat would it be to take classes in a glass building? And that glass building just so happened to be the College of Engineering. And that's the story of how I accidentally became a computer engineer. But what happened next, these sort of moments of serendipity that were really just strung together, like I said, by accident, by divine intervention, call it what you like, was not part of this grand plan that I had since I was a young child. But instead, it was just sort of these things that kind of came together in my life in this really fortuitous way, but changed my life and my existence forever and always. So the industry in technology has really radically changed the opportunities that are in front of me, what I believe that I'm capable of, the confidence that I have moving into the world. And now, like I said, fast forward a couple of years, and I am running a 200-person company in the heart of Central California with 200 people in 4 California cities, you know, and having raised this huge Series A to expand to other places in the United States. And I think all I want to say about that is that you don't necessarily have to have it all figured out, but you do have to latch on to opportunity as it passes you by. You do have to hold on to that and reach out for those opportunities as they sort of come to you. And, you know, the moral of that story and the way that that sort of ties into what's happening with this event is never, ever forget that nobody belongs here more than you, right? Nobody belongs in this industry and nobody belongs in this opportunity more than you do. And never forget that small groups of really ambitious and scrappy people can change the world. Because that's the only thing that ever has. So again, I'm really honored and happy that you invited me to tell a bit of my story tonight. I hope that it gives you some hope. And I really, really look forward to learning more about the nominees and the finalists and the winners for the Women in STEM Awards. Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Irma, for such an inspiring speech. It's such an honor to have you celebrate with us today. Now it's time to announce our Women in STEM Awards. These inspiring women were nominated by you in June and all have such amazing stories and accomplishments. Awards in this category include Rising Star, Outstanding Collegiate, Educator, Mentor, STEM Changemaker, and finally, the Reinvented Woman of the Year. Our first Women in STEM Award is Rising Star of the Year, an award for a high school student who has exhibited an impressive amount of talent in STEM at a young age. Please give a round of applause for all of the nominees for this award. Ladies, congratulations. It is exciting to see the impressive strides in STEM you are making. Our finalists are Skylar Basco, Krishnaveni Dole, Kayla Holmes, and Gia Mar Ramos. Our CMO, Ria Vora, will now announce the winner of this award.
It is my pleasure to announce the winner of the Rising Star of the Year award. This student is a senior at St. John's School from Garabo, Puerto Rico. They were awarded the 2018 NCWIT Aspirations in Computing National Winner and were the first ever freshman to earn the award. This individual is a founder of Girl Innovation, whose mission is to close the gender gap in tech and received multiple awards for her initiative, such as the 2018 Puerto Rico Leadership Award, the Puerto Rico Governor's Medal, and the Mayor of Garabo Medal. As a 2019 Her Lead Fellow and a 2019 T-Mobile Changemaker, this high school student is well on her way to changing the world. Please give a round of applause to Gia Mar Ramos. Congratulations!
Our next award is the Outstanding Collegiate of the Year, an award for a woman in STEM who has accomplished incredible things during their collegiate experience. Congrats to all of our collegiate students who were nominated. It is clear that you have great passion for changing the world. The finalists for this award include Ananya Cletus, Rachel Eckert, Natalie Hahn, and Amy Cataro.
This individual has channeled their own lifelong struggles with mental illness into positively affecting others by promoting dialogue around mental health crises and suicide, one of the biggest causes of death amongst youth in the United States. Despite initially being forced to withdraw from school for almost 2 years after a serious hospitalization, our winner returned to school and developed Anemone, the world's first complete mental health crisis planning mobile app. Not only an inspirational speaker, she is promoting mental health policy changes on her college campus, advocating for higher ed faculty training, and shedding light on mental health stigmas in the Indian American and other communities. Her app and her work have been recognized by the National Center for Supercomputing Applications, Teen Vogue, Programmer, and she has been awarded by the White House, Carnegie Science Awards, and the Mayor of Pittsburgh for prior work in robotics and entrepreneurship. The winner of the Outstanding Collegiate of the Year Award is Ananya Cletus. Congrats, Ananya.
Our next award is Educator of the Year, an award for an educator who has demonstrated excellent dedication in empowering the future generations of STEM. Congrats to all of our nominees. We are so grateful for these inspirational educators who are empowering the next generations of STEM leaders. The finalists for these awards are Carlotta Berry, Colleen Epler-Ruths, Patricia Swans-Reiners, and Professor Anne-Marie Thomas.
This individual is a mechanical engineer who teaches engineering and business at the University of St. Thomas. They are the founding executive director of MakerEd, founder of OKGo Sandbox Resources, and set up the Playful Learning Lab, which creates an engaging environment for students. Adapting to the current state of the world, our winner developed the Playline, an online daily check-in for educators to discuss issues during the pandemic. This individual has been awarded the LEGO Prize 2020 from the LEGO Foundation. They are a constant giver and successfully empowers the people around her to reach their potential. Please give a round of applause to Professor Anne-Marie Thomas for earning the Educator of the Year Award.
Mentor of the Year is an award for an individual who has invested an incredible amount of time and effort in helping other women reach greater heights in STEM. Congrats to all of our nominees. All of these women have given so much time and effort into supporting other women in STEM. Our finalists for Mentor of the Year are Margaret Birch, Nancy Coblins, Christina Holzweiss, and Christine Kennedy.
This mentor dedicates herself to making her interactions with students engaging, fun, and inclusive. When she noticed a lack of girls in local computer science classes, she jumped into action, creating the Girls Who Code chapter at her high school and the Computer Science Club. Within the Cesar Rodney School District, this individual has organized a number of events that focused on raising awareness for computer science, with an emphasis on bringing more students who are traditionally underrepresented in computer science to the table. Please join me in congratulating our winner, Margaret Birch.
Our next award is the STEM Changemaker of the Year, awarded to a woman who is an advocate for STEMinists and is changing the STEM world. Congrats to all of our nominees. These amazing women are revolutionizing the STEM world through their work. Our finalists for this award are Sydney Florienza, Rita Corin Carl, Lindsay Kirkland, and Mary Lou Jepson.
This STEM changemaker has presented her cutting-edge research at an international biosensing conference, landed 2 internships with a leading pharmaceutical company, and excelled in her chemical engineering coursework at NC State University. She uses her platform at every chance she has been given to lift up those around her and has been an advocate for diversity and inclusion, working to change the way STEM is portrayed to young people. Quoting her TEDx Teen Talk, in which she discusses the statistical improbability of being a Black female in STEM, our winner says, "Don't view me as a paradox, but rather an emerging paradigm." She has told her story via multiple news articles and podcasts and has been featured in a Super Bowl commercial in the hopes of encouraging and inspiring the next generation of diverse engineers. Congratulations, Sydney Florienza, for being the STEM Changemaker of the Year.
The Reinvented Woman of the Year Award is for a woman who reinvented the STEM space around her through her contributions. Congrats to all of our nominees for Reinvented Women of the Year. From including the development of a more accessible, affordable 3D printed screen graft alternative to organizing multiple hackathons, these women are role models in their fields and an inspiration to many. The finalists for this award are Rachel Anderson, Mary Combolius, Raketa Murugesh, and Lena Paterkin.
Please join me in congratulating Mary Combolius. Mary is an award-winning chemist, patented inventor, and innovator who is currently a guest researcher at the National Institute of Standards and Technology, despite not having a terminal degree, where she's developed a novel method of fiber analysis overturning a 90-plus-year-old method used by law enforcement, archaeologists, and the paper industry. While unable to complete her PhD program at the University of New Orleans due to Hurricane Katrina in 2005, she nonetheless completed her experiments at 2 other universities and successfully defended her master's research thesis in April of 2006. Mary is proof that it is possible to carve out a path to success in science in spite of disaster, delay, destruction, and deferred dreams. Congratulations, Mary, on being Reinvented's Woman of the Year.
A big congratulations once again to all of our winners. Your contribution to the STEM fields and STEMinist advocacy are commendable. To wrap up this evening, please welcome back Kaylee Looney, founder, CEO, and editor-in-chief of Reinvented magazine.
Thank you all so much for attending our inaugural Recognizing Reinventors award ceremony. A big congratulations to all of our finalists and awardees. You are all truly reinventing the face of STEM. Before we go, I have a few final reminders and shout-outs to give. Firstly, don't forget to check out our new Reinvented clothing line and go pre-order your copy of issue 5 featuring some awesome female makers today. None of this event would have been possible without the support of our amazing sponsor, the National Girls Collaborative Project, as well as our staff members who worked tirelessly in the background to put this together. If you're interested in getting involved with Reinvented, we can always use more volunteers to help us bring our magazine and events like this to life. So definitely visit our website and consider applying today. Lastly, I want to encourage you all to continue to empower the next generation of girls in STEM with me. While it's so important to highlight and recognize role models and amazing women in STEM like we did tonight, the fight definitely doesn't stop here. I look forward to another successful year of printing Reinvented magazine, and I hope that you all have an amazing night.
And now I have the pleasure of introducing the staff of Reinvented magazine for a live Q&A about the event and ways to get involved.
Hey everyone, this is Avika Patel, the Chief Creative Officer at Reinvented magazine.
Hi, I'm Alice, the Merchandise Director at Reinvented magazine.
Throughout this year, we have grown from a team of just a handful of volunteers to almost 20, expanding our designs from simple postcards to entire sticker packs. Now, we are beyond excited to share with you our latest project, bringing the passions of STEMinists like you into our closets and daily lives. That's right, you guessed it. We are launching Reinvented's very first clothing line.
For the past several weeks, our team has been creating these designs that we hope will inspire women in their daily lives. Our clothing line consists of 2 short-sleeve designs perfect to complement any outfit. jeans, leggings, sweats, a jacket, or a cardigan. We used space-themed design to make it clear that women have unlimited potential to reach their dreams. Pre-sales are opening up today and end on September 1st.
And without further ado, sit back, relax, but keep your eyes peeled as we launch Reinvented's Go Beyond clothing line.
With all of you.
Fantastic. All right, so today, this is our staff Q&A. We may have been muted previously, a little unsure.
This is our staff Q&A. We may have been muted previously, a little unsure.
I suggest that any staff members who are unmuted also mute Twitch so that we don't hear an echo. Awesome. Fantastic. So we had a little bit of extra time left at the end of the event. We wanted to talk a little bit about Reinvented Magazine, do some Q&A with the crowd. So we definitely invite people to submit questions to the Twitch stream chat. But my first question is to Kaylee, and if you could explain how you came up with this idea and concept, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, so I think that the idea almost originated almost 2 years ago now. I got my last issue of 17 magazine, which is kind of your stereotypical, teens fashion magazine in the mail. And as a girl who had just recently graduated with her aerospace engineering degree, I didn't really care much for, things like how hot Justin Bieber was. And I skipped straight to the back where the Trauma-rama, like the funny story section and the horoscopes were. And that was really all that I read. So I was kind of just complaining in the NCWIT group saying, why doesn't a magazine like this exist where, it's kind of like popular science, but it actually shows women like me who are doing cool stuff. And it blew up like way beyond what I thought it would. A Discord server was started without like me being the one to start it. And everyone got so motivated about this. This is where we ended up. And I thought it was really crazy because this really started as some kind of like selfish thing, like a magazine I could read when I was like, in the bubble bath on my self-care days. But now it's turned into this movement to normalize what women in STEM look like and normalize the fact that women belong in STEM fields. And I'm so glad to be a part of it.
Amazing. And so there are definitely some opportunities to get involved. We kind of launched some new and exciting products. Avika, do you want to talk a little bit about the clothing launch?
Of course. So Hello, thank you for everyone for tuning in for sure. But what I want to just announce is Reinvented's clothing line. So this is Reinvented's newest initiatives. You may have seen in the past on our Instagram, like we've done things with postcards, tote bags, and sticker packs. But this is like our first really big project, which is the Reinvented clothing line, and it consists of 2 designs. They're both short sleeve designs, basically for the summer weather, but also because we know you can wear them with anything. You know, you can wear them with sweats, jeans, a cardigan, jacket, anything you want. And they're basically space themed to go along with this award ceremony, also to show that, you know, women do have a space in STEM and we do have places where we can shine. And so that's what this clothing line is meant to represent. And we have sales going on right now, opening today until September 1st on our website. It's reinventedmagazine.com, and then under the shop tab, and it should be the first one that pops up. Both designs are there for you to order right now until September 1st.
Fantastic. So we did get a question from the crowd. Thank you, Christine Kennedy. But she asked if she ever wanted to get in touch with any of us to be a speaker at her Women in Engineer event. How can she kind of go about including Reinvented staff or any volunteers to get involved? And Kaylee, can you answer that question?
Yeah, is Peyton on this? She's probably the right person to talk to, but my suggestion would be to send us an email. So if you just send it to the info at Reinvented Magazine or info at reinventedmagazine.com, which you can find on our website, or just fill out the contact form on our website. That goes to pretty much everyone on the executive staff. And we'll be able to put you in contact with our Director of Community Engagement, who will follow up and get all that kind of figured out.
Fantastic. And one of the other questions that had kind of come up in the middle of the event was, how did we kind of put all of these different pieces together and use Twitch as this platform for the award ceremony? And so Divya, if you don't mind sharing a little bit about how some of this was all put together, and maybe call out a couple of our departments and how everyone worked together to make this happen, that would be fantastic.
Entire team worked so seamlessly together. I think everything really came together, and I would like to specifically thank marketing, creative, operations, and everyone. There were so many people that helped out with the event. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. There were so many people that helped out with the event, but basically what we did is all of our keynote speakers and all of the speakers, we all had them, you know, recognize the people who won the awards, and then we put it all together. Thank you, Sniggy, who's not on the call right now, but she put the amazing event together, and then creative helped create all the graphics that was in the background, and of course marketing always doing their best with, you know, marketing the event, and yeah.
Awesome. And so I think, I mean, a lot of this content and graphics were created on Canva by some of our, you know, amazing creative team members. You know, marketing really put together in short notice the, you know, documentation first announcing the event and the National Girls Collaborative Project support that we had for this. And then, you know, Kaylee really kind of, you know, pulled out from her network an amazing, you know, trophy and trophy design that we are so excited to be able to send to our winners for the event. And Kaylee, do you have, okay, Kaylee is going to go get an example of that. Props to Peyton for monitoring the chat and responding about the community engagement piece. We are very happy to engage with the community and to find opportunities to get involved with young women. These magazines that we create are you know, incredibly important because they showcase women of all backgrounds, of, you know, from all different areas. So, and now if we look at Kaylee, and Kaylee, I think if you say something, I might be able to switch the screen a little bit so that I can do like speaker view. So if
Okay. Might be better if I like really quickly turn my virtual background off. You can all kind of see my couch real quick. So this is the amazing trophy. It was made by Anglerfish Lighting. It's super, super cool. So it's a test tube on a test tube stand, and the test tube lights up, and then you can kind of see We've got the Recognizing Reinventors logo right there. So this will go out to all of our amazing winners. And then all of our nominees will get a really, really awesome certificate designed by our, I think our ops team actually designed that one. So that was really, really awesome. So you'll expect those in the mail in the next few weeks.
Absolutely, absolutely, and shout out to Alamide for helping us with those certificates, and really, like, we're very excited to be engaging with the community. Kaylee, can you talk a little bit about the time frame for getting those shipped out? I think we're looking at mid-August. Yeah, not November.
Yeah, so I have the samples here. They're wrapping up the final productions on the trophies because we had so many amazing winners. And so we expect them to begin to all of you in the third week of August. And I should be able to provide you all with tracking numbers as long as you gave us your emails. So definitely keep your eye out on your inboxes or your mailboxes sometime in August.
All of the above, really. Wonderful. And so one of the things that I always love asking Reinvented staff members as we go through these different processes is just, why did you get involved, with the organization and this program? And so I think I'd love to kind of like jump around a little bit and just kind of hear, from some of our staff members, how you got involved with, like, why you are involved with Reinvented and like what it means to you. And so if you can, we have like a little side chat. If you can throw your name in the side chat as someone who'd be willing to kind of share your Reinvented story, that'd be great. I originally heard about Reinvented magazine from my friend, Erin, Chief Financial Officer for Reinvented. And I just couldn't believe all of this amazing work. It's really important to me to inspire young women or people, regardless of, gender, socioeconomic status, or just personal background. Like, I think that everyone should have an opportunity to choose to go into STEM. And Reinvented was really, targeting, women and low-income communities who need these opportunities. And so I was so excited to get involved. And I think it's really important to make sure that we can get this magazine in the hands of as many people as possible. So now checking out to the chat, kind of going along. Oh, we had lots of people volunteer. So Anashi Patel, did you want to kind of share how you got involved?
Yeah, so I saw Reinvented. Actually, I saw that a post one of my friends had started an organization and Kaylee had attended it. She had started Coder Chicks and Kaylee had attended the event, and I'd seen Reinvented magazine tagged in her post, and I just checked it out, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. Why have I never seen this before? And I've been doing robotics pretty much all my life, and I've always been on like teams with a lot of boys, and so I thought it was really cool that like everybody on the Reinvented staff was all girls, and so I joined, and it was like, ever since I joined, it's been like the coolest thing ever. It's like the most organized and like dedicated nonprofit I've seen so far.
Fantastic. All right, and then we have Niyati Patel. Sorry.
Hi. Yeah, so I found it on Instagram because, our social media team is so good. Like, their Instagram for Reinvented is literally the best. But I really like Reinvented because I'm also in high school, but this team has so many dedicated women that they're always here. Like, when I had finals and APs coming up, they were always there to help me, and they're, like, right there, even in my personal life and even through Reinvented. So I'm in the finance team, so Erin has been helpful, like, since I started because I didn't know anything about finance when I started. But now I can like write grants and I can write quotes and I can write invoices. So it's really helpful just to learn and have that team supporting me.
Yeah, and you're kicking butt at it.
All right. And then Ria, you did some of our announcements for this event. How did you, and why are you involved with Reinvented?
Yeah, so actually, the summer after my junior year, I had an internship at a local engineering firm. And this engineering firm was pretty multifaceted. There was an engineering department, but they also made like clothing. So they made like buckles and things like that. And at the firm, I noticed that like I was the only female on the entire side of the engineering department. All the girls were on the clothing line side and the other sides, other teams on the company. So when I had that experience, I really realized that we really do need to push for more women in STEM, and this is like an actual issue that's affecting our community. And then a little while later, a couple weeks later, I was on Facebook. And in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, I saw a post about Reinvented. So this was like just when Reinvented had started. This was maybe like a couple weeks in, 2 or 3 weeks in, and I'd seen that they were calling for applicants to join their team. And like right away, I sent an email to the info email, saying that I was interested, because like this was something that I was super duper passionate about, and I'd experienced firsthand, even as a junior in high school, before I even entered the workforce, before I entered college. I saw that this, women in STEM is something that we really do need to push for. And that's really why I started getting involved with Reinvented. And ever since, it's been such a great experience. I've been on the team for over a year now, and the team is so great. The entire mission is so great. And it's just been an amazing experience being part of this team.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. And we are getting a couple of questions in the chat, so I'm going to kind of deviate, and then I do have a list of a couple people who will be coming up next to share a little bit more. But there a couple of questions are just for the panel. What tips would you give for starting an organization or a specific initiative? And honestly, Aisha, one of the other questions and comments was a little bit about our STEAM Dreamers event and program. And so that was one of the newest initiatives that we've brought up. It won Event of the Year. Can you talk a little bit about how that kind of spun up in such a short time period over the summer?
Sure. Well, I was really excited to just actually join Reinvented and just being on an operations team and finding about all of the great things that everyone is doing. And so I thought that, in talking to Renee and some of the other ops team members, we should, seek out women, not only in terms of doing articles and things for the magazine, but maybe we should have a panel where we could bring those women and actually ask them questions and have audience members who are high school students and maybe, college students and early career engineers. That way they can have interaction and dialogue with these wonderful women and be able to ask them all these questions. And so as we were putting it together, we thought, is this something that we want to do one time, or is it something that we want to do on a regular basis? And we decided it would be great to be able to do this every month and just find different women, because we are out there. So there's so many of us, but there is the misconception that there are so few. So we could really highlight many women who are from all of the different areas within STEM and be able to bring them together to ask them questions and find out all of the awesome things that they're doing.
Absolutely. And I mean, props to Jolene Lee 12 over here, who threw in a link to the STEAM Dreamers event. I'm sure if we had a chance, maybe one of us could throw into the Twitch link where people can sign up if they're interested in doing a STEAM Dreamers. I think one of those really cool pieces is the fact that you do this mini introductory video, and then you're invited on to do, that full panel at the end of the month. So all right. One of the other questions that we had was about marketing, and just from Angela Cleveland, just how engaging the social media posts are. The question that they sent along was, did you all learn this along the way, or do we have a background or training in marketing? So, Ria, are you still there? Can you answer that?
Yeah, I'm here. So it is a little bit of both. We've done a lot of adapting along the way. So over the years, seeing what type of marketing is most effective and, playing to our strengths, things like that. But a lot of our staff members are
Google,
really, really
turn on the
talented,
lights.
Using different platforms, using Canva to make graphics, writing captions, things like that. So I guess in the end, it's more of we do have strong members and we're playing to their strengths, but at the same time we're learning along the way, and we're learning every day about how we can improve our social media.
Absolutely. And frankly, I mean, it's amazing to see how well and how engaging you guys have kind of created this whole process. And I've just been endlessly impressed myself, kind of coming in from someone who runs a small nonprofit to see these different pieces. So I would love if there's a contact from the finance team who was able to respond to a question. That would be absolutely fantastic. But one of the questions was, how do you guys raise money or raise funds? And so I think talking a little bit about some of our fundraisers, some of the merchandise that we have would be really helpful right now.
Sure. So I can address that. Essentially, what we do is we try to look for other partners or like other organizations that we can actually apply to different grants with. And recently, we've used a GoFundMe page to raise over $2,000. Essentially, it's just kind of applying to different places and seeing how we can make the most impact by getting the most funding in return. And I really love being part of the finance team and realizing how to actually apply to all these grants. And there's actually others that we've applied and helped us gain a lot of revenue. So it's really just kind of digging through and fishing out the ones that really fit the team specifically that you are part of. And then from there, we just tried our best to answer the questions as accurately and just emphasize all the different things we do. And then from there, we just hope for the best.
Absolutely. And one of the other cool things that we had done recently was the 5K run. And so people were able to sign up and the weekend of Father's Day, people were able to run, this fantastic 5K event. And so actually you can still order medals and the t-shirts as part of that. And you get this amazing bath bomb that's for runners for sore muscles. I loved it. It was fantastic. And so that's kind of one of the other things that we do. We have a mixture of events, a mixtures of these grant processes, and then also we have these amazing partners. And Peyton, we're definitely missing you here right now to talk about some of these, partnerships that we have. But, as an example, we've worked with the National Girls Collaborative Project. I mean, their support was able to help us with this event. Collins, they were able to help us impact another 1,000 girls and give them access to this magazine. And so I think that there are definitely opportunities on multiple levels to engage. And I think one of the biggest ones that we can really work towards leveraging is kind of a mixture between, corporate partnerships that would be able to engage locally with girls in their area and provide this magazine out to them. So we have about 5 minutes left for this Q&A, and so we do have a couple more questions that have come in. And one of the questions was, what has been the greatest reward of launching and growing this magazine and the initiatives associated with it? And that's just such a great question. And I'm going to invite Kaylee to kind of respond to that because you've really seen our kind of full picture here.
Yeah, so I think that for me, it's been the impact. I mean, I started this magazine, like I said, as this kind of a selfish thing, and it's turned into more of a movement than anything else. And as editor-in-chief, founder, CEO, whatever hat you want to put on me right now, I get to see the impact of all of it. I get to see the numbers of how many magazines go out to our 1-for-1 program, which we talked a little bit about earlier in the intro, where for every one magazine that gets bought, one gets donated to girls in underserved areas who don't typically have access to STEM education or technology resources. And I'm the one who packages all of those boxes. So I'm the one who gets to write the thank you notes, and I get to see where all of those magazines go. And then we also get to hear stories. I'm for those of you who don't know, when you email the info account and you get a response, it's usually me. I'm our customer service rep. And so I get to hear a lot of these awesome stories from our readers. And one that has always stuck with me and I use as an example pretty often is we had a mom email us once, and she said, she's at this she's between a rock and a hard place in the best kind of way, because her, third grade daughter was reading this magazine at midnight under her bed sheets by cell phone light. And she was like, I want her to go to bed, but I don't want her to stop reading this. And it's those kinds of stories that have really kept me going through all of this. I mean, we certainly have had our ups and downs. I did not, I did not think our Women You Should Fund campaign was going to be successful until we became some kind of an overnight success. We've had events where we've been just oh my gosh, this is so stressful. Are we going to pull this off? Print runs where our printers, messed up the first round of magazines. And I was in tears because I was this is my baby and it's all messy. But then we get that kind of stuff once the magazine started shipping out, and it goes straight to the heart. And so that's the kind of stuff that I think is, the most important for me. It's definitely the greatest reward.
That's beautiful. And we had a couple more people who were willing to share their story about why they got involved and just, what this means to them. And so, Marie, would you be willing to kind of share what your story and background is?
Yeah, so I've always been interested in STEM from a young age, joining first, starting in like the little and then going big. And I've always been interested in STEM, even if it's from working with the National Park Service to working with FIRST and the Society of Women Engineers. But I did have a problem in middle and early high school where I was on a robotics team and I was bullied. And it really caused me to not really want to go into engineering anymore. And it really discouraged me to going into STEM. And I took a long break. I did my Girl Scout Gold Award with the Society of Women Engineers. And and then I took 3 years break. I'm now a senior. And my mom sent me this organization as a messenger. And I was like, this seems really cool. I definitely want to join this. And I'm still interested in STEM because I think there's so much that you learn from it, even if you don't want to go into a STEM career. Just the inspiring stories, things like Reinvented magazine that's sharing these stories. I was so interested in being involved. So I wanted to join as a marketing member because I'm always been passionate about sharing these things with everybody. And literally the second day I was thrown in as the Steam Dreamers marketing member, and I was like, I have no clue what to do, but this was so well organized. I was so glad to be put in there. And now I was promoted to the campaign director and will be working with all of these events and making sure that they get marketed correctly and shared to everyone. And I'm so excited to just keep going on this path with Reinvented and hopefully going into STEM and just sharing it wherever I go.
That is absolutely amazing. And I'm glad you were like, it's so organized. And I was like, Aisha and I don't know if we thought that we were that organized. Aisha's over here laughing. But thank you so much for your support and your patience. And then we also had, and we also had Emily, who wanted to share a little bit. And we're going to go over, I think, by a minute or two, but I figure that's okay because we're having some good discussion. So, Emily?
Yeah, so I joined Reinvented about a year ago. So I've loved my time here the whole time. I first learned about Reinvented through a Facebook page, like a lot of y'all have. Peyton Paulson actually and I are in the same group on Facebook, and she posted about having these events for Reinvented, and I was like, that sounds pretty cool. I've always been really passionate about STEM, and I've always been really interested in writing, and I initially joined Reinvented as an editor and a proofreader, so it was just the perfect combination of all of my interests all at once, and it's just been such an amazing organization to be a part of. Like Kaylee was talking about, the impacts we're having are ridiculous, and I'm so grateful to be a part of this team.
Absolutely. And actually, it's kind of funny. We have a back end chat, and Kaylee's like, how do I not know these stories? And I was like, I said that same thing. My operations team, I made everyone share like how they got involved and like what it means to them. And I'm like, we got to get on marketing with this and like, get these stories out there. And then Abby, you were interested in sharing as well. Can you tell us about how you found Reinvented and what it means to you?
Yeah, so my freshman year of college, I met Kaylee, editor-in-chief. We both were in Society of Women Engineers together. So I met her there. And then I think it was 2 years later when Natalie Hahn, who was the president at the time that we were both in Society of Women Engineers, shared Reinvented magazine on, I think it was Facebook. And I had been following her. And my whole life, I've loved writing. My dream is to write a book and inspire others and just tell stories that like make people happy and that make people want to like go out there and write their own stories. And so when I saw that Reinvented magazine was a thing, that was happening, and it's something that never been done before, I was totally down to like be a part of it. And I said, this is what I want to do. So I messaged her, and she basically was like, yeah. And so I sent her some of the pieces I'd worked on for a newspaper at the school. And then the first assignment I got was writing 50 Years in the Making, a return to human spaceflight, which was something that I was really like so honored to like write. And I've gotten to do so many cool articles through this magazine, and I've gotten to talk to so many people. And I've hoped that I've been able to inspire a lot of young women go into STEM, because there definitely needs to be more women that realize that you can do anything you want to if you just put in the hard work and put your mind to it. It's completely possible to accomplish anything. So I'm glad that I get to be a part of this.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. So we do need to wrap this up, but I'm going to let Kaylee. Kaylee, I always think it's really good to encourage people to walk away with some information or action items on how they can help. And so, you mentioned a couple things in your opening, but ultimately the mission of Reinvented is to reinvent the STEM world and the STEM field, and we need to get these magazines in the hands of women from young girls and women and people from all over the world. And so how can people do that, Kaylee?
Yeah, so there I think are a whole bunch of things that you can do. Like I said, if you are, have some downtime, definitely check out the Reinvented staff applications. We are a big growing team with a lot of magazine demands, so we definitely need the staff. So please, please, please apply for the team. We'd love to have you. Like I said, we also have our one-for-one program. If you know a school, a library, an organization, after-school program, a teacher, anyone who could benefit from free magazines, let us know. We would love to get them free magazines. Of course, please go buy the magazine, go buy our shirts, go buy our merchandise. That helps us support, and that all goes back into our organization so that we can continue to fund programs like STEAM Dreamers, like awards events like this, like our one-for-one program. And I think the biggest thing I want to leave you all with today, and it goes back to that we are trying to reinvent the face of STEM. We honored so many amazing women tonight, and I know that's some of you are still hanging with us, and it's so important that we all share our stories. Like we spotlighted you guys in this call, and how we do in the magazine. And so by speaking up and speaking out and telling your stories, that's how we get more girls into STEM. That is how we reinvent what STEM looks like. So please, every story is so important. Every story is so inspiring, whether you think so or not. So please go share your stories, get more girls involved, and just encourage girls to kind of make stuff and break stuff, and of course buy our magazine.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kaylee, so much. I think that this has truly been a highly successful event, and I'm looking forward to seeing what we can do over this next year, since we just celebrated, Reinvented's essentially birthday and first 4 issues. So thank you, everybody, and props to Angela Cleveland, who just, also said thank you to us for the advocacy and for inspiring the next generation of women in STEM, and for pointing out that we're truly the model of lift while you rise. So thank you so much for those comments. Thank you to everyone who's watching, and we look forward to seeing you again later. And so at this time, we're going to roll the credits, and this is the end of our event. So thank you so much, ladies, and here we go.